What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Payne. Welcome back to another Omniheroes tier list video, and this is going to be the update for the month of September on the Synergy tier list. Alright guys, so a couple things I want to talk about first before we get on to the tier list. Number one, we're going to be doing a tier list on a generic Rune tier list for Reflect, Protection, Survival, DPS, and I think that might be it. I think I'm missing one. I think that might be it though. And talk about where they belong in the tier list. So just a generic one, okay? And the reason why I want to do a generic one is because I want to, I guess, help you guys understand which ones you should use, where, and why, and which ones are the best ones for most of the units in the game, and then some that are going to be niche and some that are going to be specific, etc. Right? And then from there, shout out to my boy Evo, we're going to be putting together the individual tier list for all yellow and red specific unit runes in the game, so you guys have a better understanding of which runes you should focus on when you finally get the 100 or 200 tokens to get yourself the proper runes for the individual units, and which ones are going to be the best ones in the game. So that one's going to be different than the Synergy tier list. Okay, so we're going to create that brand new one for you guys coming up very soon. And also we're going to focus on perhaps doing the Rune tier list as well as the faction tier list, right? Which I've already put together kind of, but it wasn't in a tier list form. So keep that in mind. That will be coming up. So want to just go over this real quick and do a few adjustments. So from the SS tier list, everyone still pretty much remains where they are. No one here is going to change. I believe I've pretty much encapsulated everybody. Now from the S tier list, we're going to toss her up to SS. Atropos pretty much has become the staple non-DD support in the game that pretty much any team can use, okay? With the attack up bonus, with the healing, with the insane amount of utility that she brings, and the fact that she's actually fairly tanky for a support unit, she absolutely gets the full SS treatment. So we now have another unit that is top tier that you guys can focus on, and also a plug and play unit essentially that will fit in any team that you want to use that requires any form of buffing for damage, okay? Another thing I want to talk about here, Marlena is actually going to move over to S. Been testing her, really good unit. Didn't have much of a chance to test her beforehand, but now that I actually have, definitely deserves the S treatment. I don't think SS yet, and I think this round here pretty much stays the same. The only person here that may eventually move up, depending on the runes and stuff, might be Dorabella, but you'll see Dorabella's runes go to SS or S or whatever category we decide to put her in the actual rune tier list. Okay, so keep that in mind. In regards to everybody else, I think we've captured pretty much everyone else correctly. Merlin, I think, may deserve a B, or sorry, an A, so we're going to toss him up there. Everyone else here is actually okay. Yeah, we're good with everybody else. So we got brand new units. We got two of them specifically, right? So I'm going to show you guys real quick. Here we are, what these two units are and what they do. So we're going to jump into here and we're going to show you guys how they function. So first off, I've been testing Catherine and Portia on a friend's account because they were gracious enough to provide me. I'm still waiting for my test account to do so. So I'm going to show you guys their skills. I don't personally have them, but the test has been good. So shout out to my boys who allow me to do this kind of testing on their account. So first one, Catherine. Catherine is a force to be reckoned with in almost every mode. PvP, she's an absolute menace, and I'll tell you guys why. So her ultimate, first off, is really good. It does do backline damage, a maximum of 405%, and applies 5 stacks of corrode for 2 rounds. So you're already doing enough damage as it is with the backline move and the corrode. But where she becomes extremely frustrating with to deal with in PvP is her passive, and we'll talk about it shortly. But her active move here deals 180% magic damage to all enemies and applies 3 stacks of corrode. So right there, you're already applying 8 stacks right there alone. And then this here becomes the biggest problem for most people to deal with, not only because of her damage, but also because she has a 100% chance to apply Vital Drain on all enemies for 1 round. Now, if you don't know what Vital Drain does, Vital Drain essentially, anytime they heal, the healing doesn't happen on the caster, it just ends up happening to her instead, okay? The healing received during the effect will be transferred to the buff caster. So those people who use, for example, the Famine Legendary, all that healing is useless. It's completely gone. Or any type of like, the Vial, for example, all that healing is gone. If you use Persephone, that healing is gone. So anyone who heals, you're going to have a big problem dealing with Catherine. So Avenger teams really, really suffer with her. And not only that, when Catherine receives healing, she will also heal all allies for 50% of HP. 4% of that excess heal will be converted into attack. The total converted amount cannot exceed 30% of her attack. So she becomes an absolute juggernaut of a unit and hits so freaking hard, guys. It's ridiculous. So not only that, but she has the Royals faction, and she also gets the Celestial faction, giving her the easy thumbs up for a top tier unit. So now Mystifiers have a very good unit they can add to the list right here. So we'll put it right in here with them. With her being added now, it actually takes Bastet out from the SS and puts her back in S, I think. I think she's probably in the same level as Franz now. So there's a little bit of a replacement there going on that you guys need to keep in mind. So if you did go for her, you know how powerful she is. If you didn't, you may want to consider going for her because she's going to do a lot for your Mystifiers team. Now, Mystifiers haven't changed in regards to the tier list. Their actual faction still stays the same in terms of endgame, but she does bring quite a bit to the fold. All right, Portia. Portia is next up. So again, had a chance to test her on my friend's account, who's got her at 8 stars. So Portia is interesting. So she does backline damage to enemies, okay, which is nothing to like, nothing special. She does 144% to frontline enemies. She goes back and forth. This right here is actually really cool. The Vanguard exploding actually does pretty decent damage, and she can summon 4 of them. So we used her and left a spot open, and the Vanguards coming in were just constantly doing damage. So this actually brings quite a bit of damage through. This is where it gets kind of crazy, and also her runes make her absolutely crazy. I think if you get the red runes for her, she might actually be one of the top units in the game for damage, period, because of the amount of crit damage she provides. This here, excess healing goes up to 40% of her own attack. She already has a very, very high attack rate, right, or attack amount. So take that attack, 40% of that can be applied to any excess overhealing. Now, if you use a ethereal team, the reason why it becomes so powerful is if you have Katrina, for example, who does shields constantly, every time someone tries to take out a shield and you get heals by Mastima with his ruins, or Karnak, every time someone does a critical, he heals you. All of that becomes excess healing until the shield is gone. Then you actually have to heal your health. But with the shield there, these guys constantly get excess healing all the time. She skyrockets her attack like crazy. So I think Ethereal's just got another really, really good unit, another top tier unit on the list. So we are going to put her in SS as well. So you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You've pretty much got a full team right there of insane units for Ethereals. Now, I can't imagine they keep adding better Ethereals in here. But for now, this is how the list is going to look. Like the Ethereals, I'd say it's still the top tier team in the game, period. I don't think anyone's going to touch them for a long time. So there you guys go. This is the updated tier list. We've got 2 brand new units that were introduced. One is a regular faction unit that can only be currently recruited from Synergy. And then, of course, we have a Celestial unit here that can be, as a DD, you can get through the Oracle summons or when she was out during her special event. There you guys have it. There's your new tier list. This is Payne. Talk to you guys in the next one. Take care.